Hi, friends. This is Kelly, and here we are in Fear Not Day 9. And what we're going to do is talk about a friend and your child basically supporting you in a way that says not to fear, not to despair. So it's a story of Rachel and uh, dying in childbirth, Genesis 35:16. If you like to hear more, please hit the link and get the full story. She says she was having difficulty in childbirth, and the midwife said to her, "Don't despair, for you have another son." There's more to this than so. Please do check the link and listen to the whole story. All right, welcome back. We're considering Genesis 35:16 today. Sorry, for some reason I'm a little shaky today. Anyways, maybe I'll switch hands. I never promised that this was going to be well polished, right? Just fear not, 365 days. Okay, Genesis 35:16. This is in the context of Jacob had just um, spoken with God and anointed a monument to remind everyone of that. And he's coming off that really big spiritual high that I think we've all been there. And then when all been there, meaning that you're in a good place, you're in a spiritual high, and things are going well with your family. Well, then Genesis 35:16 happened. And sometimes there's trouble in families, especially around childbirth. I do know that for each one of my children, wow, it was a total prayer answered that Christy got through it, and I'm really thankful. I spent a lot of hours on my knees during those times. But in Genesis 35:16, I'll read, "Then they moved on from Bethel, while they were still some distance from Ephrath. Rachel began to give birth, and they had great difficulty. As she was having difficulty in childbirth, the midwife said to her, 'Don't despair, for you have another for you have another son.' As she breathed her last, for she was dying, she named her son Benoni, but the father named him Benjamin." Well, this is kind of strange. Why does Jacob rename the son that his wife um, Rachel named? Well, there's these meanings to these names. Benomi at the time meant to her, "son of my sorrow" or "my pain," and that's a tough label for a kid growing up. Benjamin was blessed with the wisdom to change that right away and called him "son to my right." Now, that could mean many different things. Some people say it's the geography of where he was born, different from the other children. There's other theories, but I like this one. So this is the one I'm going to talk about. That is that he has a bunch of older sons. This is the family with Joseph, and some of these sons make poor decisions. Um, Not that Benjamin is right, like righteousness, but what I like to think of, and some people think that's a theory that righteousness, I like to think that Benjamin was right at Jacob's side. So he was a younger kid while there was adult brothers running the ranch and doing things in the business. And well, Benjamin became his descendants. He had 10 sons, and he became that was the priestly tribe. Also, later, the Apostle Paul was from Benjamin, And the Apostle Paul, in a sense, with all his work and writings, was beside, or like next to, after Jesus's resurrection, meaning that all his work was right after what was recorded in the Gospels, so in Acts. But we're getting kind of far away from the point. And this whole lesson is more about fear not, because you've been sent, if you're blessed with children, to have someone at your side. Benjamin was likely next to Jacob, and they've had a close relationship, and they've gotten through a lot of things. When you read further, that Benjamin would probably be a comfort when Rachel wasn't there. That do not fear, do not despair is what the midwife told Rachel when she was dying. But later, Benjamin became a help to Jacob. So just as we are to also help our children can be a comfort to us. And they are a blessing. They are a great blessing. I'm trying to remember when my own mom was going through some times with her health, that, man, just being there, being right beside her, she told me was a great comfort. Just playing cards with her was a great comfort. So, having a child at your feet sometimes could be cumbersome, but also could be of great comfort and reason to fear not. All right, I rambled on like I usually do, but the point: do not despair. And what's left could be a child that can give comfort and lead to the formation of, in this case, a priestly line, and even the Apostle Paul. All right, see you tomorrow.